Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. So today is chore day and I didn't get some footage when I was at the laundromat. I just came home. While my laundry is being washed, I like to go to the grocery store and do all my grocery shopping because it's like in the same shopping plaza. And then I also stopped into the Dollar Tree, which was like right next door, and I bought a few pots because I need to transplant some of my seeds that I started out, and now they're getting too big for their little starter pots, so I need to transplant it into bigger pots because all the leaves are starting to turn yellow, so they're not getting enough nutrients, so I need to give it some fresh soil so the plants can get all those great nutrients into the roots and grow into beautiful vegetables that we can eat. So right now I'm actually we have a bunch of clothes that we need to hang dry. So we don't really have like a clothesline, so what I'm using is this twine. And so I'm just going to string it across. We have a couple bars up there, and then I'm just going to hang all our clothes up to dry. Super windy. Okay, so I'm out here prepping the pots for transplanting some of the vegetables that I have over here. Let me show you what I've got. So I have some chard right here, and then Italian kale, some broccoli, and a collard. I've also got this organic fertilizer that my friend Kat gave me, and it seems to work really well on her vegetables, so hopefully it's going to do some magic on mine as well. So I'm going to use a little scoop of this and put it at the bottom of the hole that I dig before I transplant the plant inside of it. Right now what I'm doing is I'm using, I put rocks at the bottom of the pots, and then I am doing half organic potting soil and then another half of mushroom manure. And I'm going to mix that together, and then I'm going to do the whole. I'm going to put this organic fertilizer in, and then put the plant in, and then of course water it at the end. Also, when there's a bunch of roots at the bottom like this, you just want to tear it off. And then you're good to go, and then you just put it in. This little guy is growing another one, so I'm just going to separate them a little bit, and I'm just going to put it in the same pot because eventually I'm going to be moving these permanently into a real garden, and I'll be talking to you more about that soon. So I went grocery shopping at a store called Save-On here on the island. They just got Beyond Burgers in stock. We're so excited. They're about $7.99 Canadian. So that's like 30% discount for you guys in the US. So yeah, super excited. Beyond meat patties. So I'm going to do this on top of some, let's see if I have it in here. Yes, I do. Some vegan bread. It's also gluten-free, millet and chia. So I'm just going to do a couple slices of these toasted. Sorry, the lighting is terrible in here. toast some of those with the burgers. And then we also have some jalapeno cheese. Very exciting. It's Daiya cheese, and it's like a block. So I'm just gonna slice it, and it's gonna be delicious. And then I'm gonna put some like fresh greens on it with some fresh strawberries and the soup. Perfect. All right, so let's get to it. Hey guys, so it's the next day and I put Sean's shirts, because they're still not dry yet, in the bathroom to hang up in the shower to dry, and now I'm just going to take mine down and fold them and then put them away. So I'll kind of show you that process and where I keep my clothes. And I have to be very minimal, so I do have a minimalist wardrobe. So if you're curious, I could do a video on that and kind of show you the clothing items that I do own, because I had to seriously downsize a lot, but luckily I was actually interested in minimalism way before I actually started living in a tiny house. So I kind of was on that journey already and had started making a lot of progress on like getting rid of a lot of clothes and not buying so many things. I am really passionate about sustainability and fair trade. Just with the fast fashion, it's just so terrible what is happening to some of the people overseas that are actually making these, like, the clothing for us. They're not paying them enough, and they're just working in terrible conditions, and I believe that they should be given fair wages and safe working conditions. So I try to buy all my clothes from fair trade companies, and if I don't, then I'll buy secondhand. So everything, well, so these two things that I'm wearing I got from thrift stores. My leggings, I got these from Pact, which they make organic cotton clothing, which is also fair trade. My socks are probably not fair trade. I think I got them at Dick's. They're like cabin socks. They're really nice, but that could have been before I started this whole transition. Anyways, so I'm just going to take down my laundry and fold it. And that's not dry yet, so now that I folded all my laundry, I'm going to take it upstairs where I will put it away in its home. So yeah, I read Marie Kondo's book back when I was living in San Francisco in my studio. That was my first experience in a small space. I was living in a super tiny, it was maybe like, I don't even know if it was 400 square feet or maybe it was just about 400 square feet. And I had so much stuff and I didn't know what to do with it. So I read that book and I just like got rid of everything. But when I moved to Toronto, I started accumulating stuff again. Now that we're going tiny, we had to get rid of everything again. So it's just been this like struggle of like just accumulating a lot of stuff and then getting rid of it. But I must say I do feel a lot better when I am living minimally. So this is perfect. I love living in a tiny house. Yeah, I hope you are enjoying this video so far and I'm able to see what it's like to live in a tiny house off the grid in a forest on an island. So yeah, it's a very unique situation and I just want to share it with you guys because it's kind of a crazy journey that we're on, and I do want to thank you guys so much for following along and supporting us on our journey. So without any further ado, let's get to my putting away my clothes. All right, this is the loft. It's kind of a mess right now. I had a late start this morning. I didn't make the bed yet. This is all laundry that I just brought up. I've been doing editing all morning from the video that I did yesterday. So those are all where all our clothes is. That's our empty laundry bin. Sean has these right 3 bins. Mine are the 3 on the left with the little flowers. Also, I should mention, our loft was built very, very short. So downstairs it's very tall, so there's plenty of room if you're walking around down there, but up here we have to really like crouch. And you always see people in the tiny house tour videos saying like when they're going in their loft, they're like, oh yeah, we need to make sure that there's enough space so we can sit up and blah blah blah. And I'm like, yeah, that's common sense, right? I guess not, because ours is very short. So we can't sit up in bed all the way. And yeah, we have to crouch when we walk around and it's very hard to get around up here, but we make it work. Alright, here we go, making my bed. Also, I have up here Tony Robbins, Money, Master the Game, 7 Simple Steps to Financial Freedom. This, I think, pairs really well with Rich Dad, Poor Dad. So I just finished reading that like a long time ago. And I've been kind of slacking, so I finally picked this up at the library and I was still slacking, and so I finally started reading it, and I'm on page 12, so, and this book is really long, so like 600 something pages, so I need to get working on it because I borrowed it from the library. But I can always renew it, so there's that. But I think also what I'm going to do is I might do an episode about a review on this book as well as the Rich Dad, Poor Dad, because they were really good. So this is my corner. Here I have like pants and shorts, and then on the left I have like shirts. And this middle one is all sweaters and like sweatshirts. Like there's a hoodie in here. There's also a long sleeve, like warm stuff, basically. That's what's in here, sweaters. And here I also have a sweatshirt. Actually, it's supposed to go in here. So my long sleeve stuff I'm gonna put in here. I like to color code stuff too. So
gotta save solar or battery power, so I always turn off all the lights and try to conserve as much as possible. What we've been doing now actually has been turning off the inverter when we leave the house. It saves so much. When we come back, we have like basically full batteries, so it's amazing. But we just have to remember to do it, so sometimes we forget. So I'm glad we figured that out. It's pretty awesome. So now I'm probably just gonna finish editing, and that's it. I think that's pretty much full day, because I did half of yesterday and then basically half of today. So thank you guys so much for watching. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time.